Okay, so if they say, okay, I've sold houses on my own before, right? So we could say, okay, great, fantastic. You could even you could ask a question without giving them time to answer. Like, how was that experience? I mean, have you considered being a realtor? JK. But do you think that you made the most amount of money when you sold it on your own?
Do you think you made the most amount of money when you sold it on your own?
Are you positive that you made the most amount of money? Because I'm sure you were selling it on your own so that you didn't have to pay a commission, so that you would net more money, right? Which is a tie down,
Mhm.
right? They're going to say yes. How do you know you made the most amount of money? Because per the NAR statistics, and I've sent it to you guys, and I would, if you go on FSBO appointments, so to your, what you were asking the other day, house, I probably ain't bringing a whole CMA. I will bring the little one pager about me. And then I would bring that NAR statistic. On average, did you know on average, for sale by owners, make way less selling their house on their own than they would using a realtor? And I would show them the NAR statistic, right? So at that same time, if you need to help them understand that, what's a good analogy that we could use? What's a good story we could tell them to help them understand
About the Rolex watch.
about a Rolex? Okay. So if you go to the Rolex store and you buy a brand new Rolex in the box, you ain't even open the box, you tape the receipt to the box. If you take that same brand new Rolex with the receipt taped to the box and you have it at a garage sale, are you going to get the same amount that you would if you walked into the Rolex store and was greeted by a Rolex salesperson? If you have it at a garage sale, do you think people are going to negotiate the price?
Yeah.
So, but if you were walking into a Rolex store and you had a Rolex salesperson greet you and, hey, Rashad, what brings you in today? What kind of watch are you looking for? Are you going to negotiate the price?
Oh, no.
You're going to pay the price that it is in the Rolex store, right?
Right.
It's the same product, bottled water. You could buy a bottled water in a pack for $10, but if you need a bottle of water at the airport, how much is it?
It,
50 by itself, right? Same bottle of water. Dasani bullshit, right?
Right. Expensive as hell.
But it's the same bottle of water, same house, but it's where you're selling it. Does that make sense?
yes.
Mhm.
So you have to explain to them, because this also talks about the commit, because it was four objections. I've sold on my own before. I don't want to pay a commission. Do you have a buyer? And then they already have an agent. So the one about them selling it on their own, okay, great. How many have you sold on your own? How was that experience? And if they're like, oh, it was great, have you considered being a realtor? I'd throw that out there. A lot of people out there who think they want to be a realtor, okay. But then also go into, well, are you positive you sold it for the most amount of money? Because they don't know. However, if we show them that NAR statistic that says, hey, by the way, most of the time for sale by owners sell for drastically less. And if they don't understand why, then you give them the story about the Rolex, give them a story about the bottled water so that they can understand that, right? We're the Rolex store, we're your Rolex salespeople. We're not, you're at the garage sale with your Rolex right now, and you wonder why you don't have buyers calling you. And I would bring that up. Have you had mostly buyers or real estate agents calling you? What are they gonna say?
Mostly agents.
That's crazy because you're looking for buyers, right? Tie down. They're gonna say yes. Okay, great. So does that help with the I've sold on my own
Mm-hmm.
objection?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now, when we talk about commission, that goes right into the same thing. Commission, I don't want to pay a commission, or I'm trying to save money on a commission or whatever. Anything that has to do with money, I'll go right back to that NAR statistic and the example about a Rolex or a bottle of water. Bottle of water at the airport is $4,000. For the same Dasani, that's a 10 pack for $4. It's about the location and how it's being sold and where it's being sold, right? Now, the objection of do you have a buyer? I would never answer that question. I always reply to that question with a question. What kind of buyer are you looking for? I have lots of buyers. I work with lots of buyers. We have hundreds of buyers in our database. What kind of buyer are you looking for? And then get them going down that conversation. Does that make sense? What kind of buyer are you looking for? You looking for pre-approved buyers? You looking for first-time home buyers? You looking for cash buyers? Want cash? Most time when you say cash, they go with, oh, I want cash. Okay, great. Cash buyer, awesome. Most cash buyers are what?
Investors.
Okay. So are you open to selling to an investor? Like I'd get them down a whole different conversation. And the thing is, you got to ask them more questions than they ask you. And your conversation should be 80% questions and maybe 20% talking,
Mm-hmm.
but 80% questions. Because whoever asks the most questions controls the conversation, right? And then even with the commission conversation, like, do you have a buyer? Okay, what kind of buyer are you looking for? Are you willing to pay a buyer? Go down that conversation. Are you willing to pay a buyer agent compensation? Yeah, I'm willing to pay 2.5%. Okay, great. So just so I understand, you're gonna pay me 2.5% of whatever this house is, 300,000 to negotiate against you to get my buyer the best deal. So you're gonna pay me to negotiate against you.
I like that.
So basically, like if we were going to court and it's me against you, you're gonna pay for my attorney and you don't have no attorney? That sounds like a good deal to me. And most for sale by owners are what personality out of the disc?
D.
High D. And what do we know about a high D personality?
You got to be straight to the point.
You got to be straight up because they want to be in control. They don't care about all the la 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 la. Just be real with them. They could take it. They could take that conversation. So you gonna pay me 2.5% to negotiate the best deal for my buyer. You want me to negotiate against you, and you're gonna pay me to negotiate against you. That's not a bad deal. And that's gonna give that high D personality a feeling of like, oh, did I mess up? Right? Hold
Yeah.
on, hold on a second. So let me share a screen real quick and go to Discord. And Fran, I sent you an updated link. Hopefully you could get in. And
Yes.
House, I sent you a
Send it
link
to me.
too.
Send it to me too, because when I tried to get in and something happened and I didn't. Matter of fact, I had to download the app and I can't remember my iCloud password. I didn't feel like going through all that internet
Oh,
nightmare.
okay. Well, you do have to download the app. And then once you download Discord, go back to the link I sent you. It'll take you into here. So when you're in here, if you look on the left, under trainings, the one that says disc, those two are right here beside each other. The FSBO one, right? For sale by owners account for seven, because this is 2023. I don't know if 2024 is out yet, but they only accounted for 7% of the home sales. So, Mr. For sale by owner, wouldn't you rather be in the 93% of home sales, or you trying to catch the people in the 7%? And then the people in the 7%, typically a FSBO was for sale by owner would sell their house at 300,000, where with an agent we could almost get you 100 grand more based on how we sell homes because that's what we do, right? So already the high D is doing the math. And they're like, what? So when we talk about a high D, they're direct, decisive, determined. What do they need? They need respect. Don't tell them what to do. Give them choices because they got to be in control. A high D got to be in control, right? So with a high D, you can't tell them nothing. Even if they know what you're saying is right, they will die being wrong because they're a high D, right? So instead of saying, hey, you're doing this all wrong for sale by owner, give them the information and give them choices. And you can say, hey, for sale by owner, I know you want to sell this house because X, Y, and Z. Now, the X, Y, and Z, that big Y, if you didn't dive deep enough into that, I know you want to sell this house because you're in a new house, your other people, you're in a new relationship. Y'all want to buy a new house together. You need to sell this house to get money to buy her an engagement ring and all that. You painted that picture for him about that big Y. Well, you got two choices for sale by owner. You absolutely can sell it on your own, which means you're probably going to sell it for less. It's probably going to take you longer to sell it because you're only selling to 7% of the buyers out there, right? Or the other choice is let me do it. At the end of the day, you don't have to sell anything or sign anything until I bring you a deal that makes sense, right? Because they want to be in control, right? They want to have choices, and you got to make it about them, right? You got to respect their big why. Because I know you want to do this. I know you want to propose to your girl. You want to get this ring. You want to start a new life. Da, 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 da. That's amazing, right? Here are your choices. You choose because you're in control, right? And you've already attempted to do it this way on your own for however long they've been a FSBO. Why don't we do this? Instead of paying people to negotiate against you, give me that 2.5%. Let me bring you a deal that will most likely be better than any deal you've gotten. Have you gotten any offers? Most likely no, right? And if they did, they're lowball investor offers, right?
Mhm.
You let me bring it at least let me bring you an offer. And matter of fact, you don't even gotta pay me that 2.5% until I bring you that offer and you like it. I basically am gonna work for you for free until I can bring you something you like, right? What do you think about that? So what are your thoughts on that?
I got some practice to do.
That's what we here for every Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then the last one that we had for an objection is, oh, I already have an agent. My cousin's an agent. My sister, cousin, boyfriend, an agent. That's crazy that your cousin, family, sister, friend, whoever will let you go out here and do this on your own. Did they at least provide you with a seller's disclosure, show you how to make a flyer? Have they talked to you about open houses? Did they talk to you about attorney's fees? Like you could just start saying stuff that's gonna be like, huh? What? And very at the worst case, hey, listen, we partner with agents all the time. And do you want to use your sister's cousin because it's your sister's cousin, or do you want to use her because she's a top listing agent in the area? Because all real estate agents are not listing agents, if you didn't know. Some agents specialize with helping buyers. Some agents specialize with helping sellers. Some agents go to work on their 9 to 5 and forgot they were a real estate agent. Right? But however, I don't say but, however, we partner with agents all the time. So have your sister, cousin, friend, brother, whoever agent call me and we'll work together with them to get this house sold. Because at the end of the day, Mr. Seller, I know you want to buy that fancy princess cut engagement ring for your new boo. So y'all can live in this new house, live happily ever after, right? What are y'all thoughts on that?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I know I wouldn't let my family members sell a house without me, even though Dylan grandma did that one time and she ended up selling it for less than what I told her I could get it for her.
Mm.
But we digress. Okay.
But the house that I went to or a different house?
Oh, different houses, like 2 houses ago.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So anyway, the I can sell it myself. FSBO thing, use the NAR statistics, print that out. If there's 2024, get the new one. 2023 will work just fine. That also rolls into commission, right? Commission doesn't even come into play till there's an actual offer that they want to sign. So commission is just whatever. You're not committing to anything,
Mhm.
right? Do we have a buyer? What kind of buyer are you looking for? What kind of buyers have you been getting since you've been FSBOing yourself? What kind of buyers have you been getting? Because we know what kind of buyers they be getting. None or lowball cash investor ones, right? And then they already have an agent. Their sibling, their spouse's sibling or whatever. Okay, great. Are you using that person because they're your spouse's sibling, or are you using them because they're a top listing agent? Because not all real estate agents specialize in helping sellers. And I'll break it down. You got buyer agents, you have seller agents, and then you have real estate agents who just have a license, but they don't actually practice real estate, which that might make them feel like, oh, shoot, my sibling's brother does work a job somewhere, and I don't recall seeing him sell a house this year, right? Oh, it's 9:40. Any thoughts, questions, feelings on those? I'm gonna send y'all this recording once it uploads.
Okay.
Um, okay, so I'm gonna stop record real quick.